Once upon a time, there were 3 billy goats, Gruff, that were living in a plain with lush green grass.
I'm little Billy Goat. Bah! And I'm the middle Billy Goat. Bah! I'm the brother of the little Billy Goat. I'm the big Billy Goat. I'm older than both of them.
And on this beautiful day, these 3 little goats managed to eat so much grass. As far as the naked eye could see, the grass in the insanely huge plain was gone. Oh my goodness, what on earth are we going to eat now? Asked the little goat suddenly. His older brother, the middle goat, said, Just look, I think there is some more fresh grass across the river. Come on, let's cross over the stone bridge and go and eat it, he said with excitement. All of the lush green grass looked really incredible, but alas, all of them knew that under the stone bridge there lived a ginger troll with red spots on his face. He also had hairy ears and an incredibly foul-smelling smoke which was coming out of his mouth. And the poor troll was getting exceedingly tired of eating apples and grass for a very long time. He was very hungry.
Which one of us is going to cross the bridge first with that scary troll standing over there?
Little Goat said, I will cross first. And then he explained his whole plan to his brothers. Then afterwards, the little Billy Goat decided to climb onto the stone bridge. Suddenly, the troll heard the footsteps and went to the bridge with curiosity.
Where on earth do you think you're going, little goat?
The little goat, filled with fear, told the troll about his plan to cross the river to graze the grass on the other side. But I am not going to allow you to do that, said the troll, objecting. I have decided that I am going to eat you right here and now.
But I am tiny. If you eat me, you won't be full. My brother will come along soon, and he is much more delicious than me.
The troll was immediately convinced and he stepped aside. This time, the middle Billy Goat went up to the bridge. Once the troll had heard the footsteps, he immediately went up to the bridge.
Tell me, who are you? And what are you doing on my bridge?
I wanted to cross the bridge so I can meet up with my little brother on the other side.
I cannot allow this, said the troll and came closer. I cannot allow this because I'm going to devour you right now. The middle Billy Goat said this to the troll. If you eat me, you won't be full. My brother is coming this way soon. He is older than the 2 of us and also more delicious. You should wait for him. The troll's mouth began watering and he decided to move out of the way to let the middle Billy Goat pass over. And therefore, the middle Billy Goat was able to reach his brother and graze the lush green grass on the other side. Shortly after that, the slightly louder footsteps of the eldest brother was able to be heard on the bridge. The troll did not stop, and with a fury, he had blocked the great big Billy Goat's way.
Tell me, who are you? And what are you doing on my bridge?
The big goat said that he wanted to cross the river and meet up with his brothers who were already on the other side grazing the grass. But I won't allow you to pass, said the troll again. Because I've been waiting for hours. I have been standing here the entire day waiting to devour you. Just as the troll was about to catch the great big Billy Goat, he said, I am incredibly dirty. If you eat me now, you will get sick. Let me go and wash myself in the river, and then eat me. Then you won't get sick. And then he slowly made his way to the edge of the bridge. Unable to stand the hunger any longer, the troll did not listen to the goat and he started running towards him. After the troll started running, the great big Billy Goat decided to move aside and the troll fell into the river.
I'll get you!
While the greedy troll was slowly getting lost within the flowing waters. Finally, the 3 little Billy Goats started to enjoy the delicious green grass and apples on the other side of the river. You see, the only way to think wisely is when you have a full and happy tummy.
On a little farm lived a cute duck family. Mummy Duck was sitting on her eggs waiting for her new ducklings to hatch. There were exactly 7 eggs that were waiting to hatch. One sunny morning, the eggs began to hatch. Soon after, with great joy, the 6 little ducklings began to hatch. The ducklings were trying to adapt to the new world. They were quacking and walking around Mother Duck. However, the largest egg of them all was still trying to hatch, and Mother Duck began to worry. She thought that there might be something wrong. She decided to wait a little while longer. And at last, the 7th and the largest egg hatched. With great confusion, the poor ducklings began to look around. Little did he know his mother and siblings were a bit more confused than he was. Because this duck, in particular, did not look like his siblings. He was built much more broader and had grey and white feathers. The other ducklings began to laugh at him.
What an ugly duckling you are! You look nothing like us.
I don't get it. How come you look nothing like your siblings?
Ugly, 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 ugly.
Sometime later, the ducklings all grew older. But the ugly duckling was much bigger than the others, even the colour of his feathers.
You grew up so fast. How did you turn out to be so different?
Time was passing by, and the ugly duckling was growing up to be a different and sad duck. None of his siblings wanted to play with him.
We won't play with you because you're ugly.
All the other animals on the farm were making fun of him.
Ugly duckling, ugly duckling.
Na 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 na, ugly duckling, ugly duckling.
Mother Duck, on the other hand, was doing her best in protecting him.
My poor duckling, why are you so different than the others?
As the days passed, the poor ugly duckling was feeling horrible. All night long he would silently cry and think to himself that no one would ever want him.
Why am I so ugly? Why couldn't I turn out to be like my siblings?
One day, some hunters approached the lake near where they lived. The hunters began to hunt the ducks they had seen. Whilst Mother Duck was looking for food for the ducklings, she was caught by the hunters. The poor duckling, not knowing what had been happening, he waited till morning for his mother to return. Poor duckling didn't know what to do. First he went next to the dog, and the dog told him to go.
Go away. No one should see me talking to an ugly duck like you.
A while later, he went next to the chicken, but the chicken also made fun of him.
Even I'm better looking than you.
Ugly Duckling was very sad.
No one wants me here. If my mother isn't coming back, there's absolutely no reason for me to stay on this farm.
That morning, the ugly duckling left the farm. He swam to the other side of the lake. He asked the same question to all the animals he bumped into along the way.
Do you know of any duck that looks like me? Do you know of any ducks that look like me? Do you know of any ducks that look like me?
He received the same answer from all of them. They had never seen such ugly duck before. Poor Duckling began his journey and reached another lake once he was there. He asked the same question to the geese. You mustn't stay here like this. There are hunters around. Quickly get away from here. Go on, now go. The ugly duckling began to move along. Soon after, another lake appeared. This time he was all alone. There was no one to be seen.
Well then, if nobody wants me, I will hide here forever.
Even though he was all alone, he was very happy. One day, he saw a horde of white long-necked birds migrating to the south. He looked at them with admiration.
How beautiful they are. I wish I could be like them.
Winter had come and snow had begun to fall. The ugly duckling fell in love with the sight of his first ever snow. Playing around, he was covered in white snow. Due to the heavy snow, the ugly duckling was finding it hard to find food. So off he went walking around trying to find food. He was cold and tired. Meanwhile, he came across a farmer. The farmer felt sorry for him and gave his jacket.
You poor thing, how cold you are. I will take you home and look after you until you grow.
The farmer did as he said and took good care of him. When spring had arrived, the ugly duckling had grown. So that he would have free space to move around, the farmer decided to leave him in a lake. All alone once again, after some time had passed, the ugly duckling looked at his reflection in the water. But he was amazed at what he saw. At first, he couldn't recognize himself. He thought there was someone else behind him. So he flipped his wings and noticed that his reflection was doing the same thing. He stretched out his neck and his reflection continued to copy his movements. Right then he knew that this amazing bird was no one other than himself.
Oh, how much I've changed! I look like the birds in the sky! I must return back home and show myself at once!
And off he went. While he was swimming in the lake, he came across a wedge of swans. Because he was one of them now, they took him along. Ugly Duckling was travelling in joy with the swans. A boy at the lake shore yelled out to his friends when he saw the swans.
Hey, look at the young one! All the way back! Must be the most beautiful swan I've seen!
Yes, from the beginning, he indeed was a swan. He was just an unfortunate egg which got mixed up in between the ducks. But now he was with his real family, and ahead of him was a happy life.
Once upon a time, in a forest far away, there was a tiny frog named Tiddalik. Tiddalik loved to play in sunny weather. He met some of his friends by the lake, and he jumped on the lotus flowers with them.
Brrr. 8, 9, and 10. I win, I win. I made it to 10. I win.
Bravo, Tiddalik, you did it again. Blip.
This jumping game of the frog friends made them very tired, and therefore they were very thirsty.
Come on, let's drink some water, Grog.
The 3 frog friends met on a big leaf and started to drink water. Tiddalik was drinking so fast that the other frogs warned him.
Tiddalik, be slow. You'll bloat your belly. Bleep.
But I am very thirsty. I'd want to drink even more.
I think we should stop him, Bro.
After a while, Tiddalik, whose stomach was swollen with water, suddenly stopped. Because there was not even a drop of water left in the lake to drink.
Huh? There was a lot of water here just now. Where did it go?
Because you drank it all, Tiddalik. Croak.
What? Okay, but I feel like I haven't drunk water at all.
How can you still want to drink more water? Bleep.
Where else can I find water in this forest? Tell me quickly.
There's a creek behind those giant trees.
Hush. Why do you say that? What if he dries up the creek now? Bleep.
Tiddalik, with a swollen belly, hopped away from his friends. The frog friends, who were staring in surprise, immediately went to inform the giant hippo. At that time, the giant hippo was resting under a tree, and his assistant, Fox, was on watch right in front of him.
Bleep. Hello, Fox. We urgently want to talk to the giant hippo. He is in a deep sleep right now.
You better wake him up. It's very important.
What can you say that is more important than his sleep, little frogs? Fox, hurry up. Bleep. Otherwise we will not have a drop of water to drink or to wash. Bleep.
When the fox saw the frog's fear and urgency, he woke the giant hippo up. The hippo opened his eyes wide and bent over the two frog friends. The frogs told what had happened, and then they jumped on the giant hippo's head and went in search of Tiddalik.
If we run out of all our water, it will be a disaster for the jungle animals.
At that moment, the bloated Tiddalik arrived at the creek.
Here is the water, so good.
A rabbit, who saw the frog Tiddalik drinking water by the creek, was going to come to the edge and drink water. But the frog warned him.
Hey, rabbit, all the water here is mine. Go drink water from somewhere else.
But there is no other water around here. Even the lake has dried up.
The frog drank all the water from the creek without listening to what the rabbit said. Now, he has an even bigger belly than before.
Where else can I find water here?
The rabbit's eyes widened in surprise.
You finished the water of the creek before I could take a sip, and you still want to drink water?
Yeah. I drank the lake. I fished the creek. I'll drink all the water.
Tiddalik continued to search for water in the forest, with his big belly growing larger by the gulp. Wherever he saw a small puddle, he started to drink and drink it. The inhabitants of the forest were very surprised when they saw the dried lake and the creek that no longer flowed. Neither an owl could find water, nor a gazelle. Finally, the giant hippo and little frog friends saw the sad rabbit standing by the creek.
Have you seen a frog that is greedy for water here, rabbit?
Yeah, he went that way. He even drinks tiny puddles formed by rain.
The giant hippo sprinted with all his might and followed Tiddalik's trail. And other forest animals followed after him. The frog, Tiddalik, was just about to drink the last puddle he found when the hippo and dehydrated forest dwellers appeared before him.
Tiddalik, stop! You drank all the water in the forest and left us no water to drink.
You must give back the water of the lake and creek.
Your frog friends are telling the truth, Tiddalik. A huge hippo like me and that tiny bird you see need water too.
Even plants, trees, insects need water. Please open your mouth and give us back the water you filled in your stomach.
Even though the inhabitants of the forest begged Tiddalik, whose belly was full of water, he was not willing to give back the water he drank.
What are we going to do?
If we can make him laugh, he can't hold back any longer and he'll give back all the water. Yeah! Great idea! Besides, Tiddalik loves to laugh.
The rabbit found a hat and started entertaining the frog. Although Tiddalik found the rabbit funny, he managed to restrain himself not to laugh. This time, the panda was on the stage. He started dancing so funny that everyone in the forest started laughing at him. But Tiddalik didn't laugh at the panda's dance either. Then the little squirrel quickly started to draw a picture. The forest dwellers began to wait in anticipation. Everyone laughed when the squirrel showed him the picture he made. But Tiddalik didn't. In the end, the giant hippo was on the stage, not to make them laugh, but in anger.
Now I am very angry, Tiddalik.
The giant hippo started with his huge body, jumping and grunting like a frog nervously. All the animals were laughing because whatever the hippo was doing looked funny. Finally, the frog Tiddalik could not stand it and started laughing like the others at the hippo. Just as his mouth was opened, all the water he drank gushed out everywhere. The lake has returned to its original state. The creek started to flow again. And even small puddles have finally filled their place. As Tiddalik laughed, his belly shrunk. He's back to his old cute frog form.
Well done, Tiddalik. You didn't leave all us many forest dwellers thirsty.
You don't have a big belly anymore. You can easily jump on lotus leaves.
Oh, I had a huge belly. Now I feel so relieved. The next time you feel thirsty, think about others. Everyone else in this forest needs water as much as you. For example, I need to go and take a shower right now. You are right, my friends.
The forest dwellers were very happy to have water again, because water is the most valuable part of the forest.